It's an exciting new machine from one of the most prestigious names in the business. It brings together a long list of sought-after features at a very attractive price point. It's full of extra touches, a serious bang-for-the-buck machine. It's available in a variety of looks, including black with rosewood trim, as well as total black with rosewood and pure steel. Hey, Espresso lovers, Mark here from Full Latte Love, and I'm very excited to get you acquainted with the new Bezzera Aria. I'm going to tease things here a bit and let you know you're looking at what is currently our most affordable rotary pump, plumbable machine with E61 group, flow control, and PID temperature control. Now, prices fluctuate, so you can use the link up here or down there in the description for current pricing. You know, with such an amazing price relative to competing machines, you might expect some compromises, but really, I've got to tell you, it's quite the opposite. Really, everywhere you look, unexpected extras. Coming up in this video, I'll take you top to bottom and inside out through the machine. I'll cover the basics, capabilities, and key specifications. Our lead service tech, Brian, will join me as we pop the hood and take a close look at internal components. I'll have a look at flow control, which comes stock on the machine, go over accessories, have test results highlighting the area's excellent steaming performance, talk about a long list of items that make our hit list and a couple of minor misses. Now, I know a lot of you are watching from outside the US and Canada, welcome, but I need to be clear, the Aria I'll go through today is the rotary pump, plumbable PID with flow control as stock equipment version. Now, depending on where you are in the world, available versions may be a little different. The model in this video is what we deliver to our customers in the US and Canada. The Bezzera Aria PID with flow control uses a 1.5 liter heat exchange boiler so you can brew espresso and steam milk simultaneously. It's available in a variety of looks, a standard stainless steel with black levers and handles, a brilliant powder-coated red also with black levers, powder-coated black with distinctive real rosewood trim, levers and handles, or go with total black with all the rosewood, or pure steel for a more traditional look. Flow control of the E61 group comes standard on each. Coming up, more on how you can take your espresso to the next level using flow control. Now, part of the flow control system is a group-mounted gauge to monitor brew pressure. The cup warming surface is passively heated by the boiler. The Aria runs from an internal reservoir or can be plumbed direct to waterline using the included braided stainless steel supply line. Joystick lever operated valves feed the steam and hot water wands, which are insulated for no burn properties, and they're going to get you a drier steam as well as prevent baked on milk. Valves can be locked on or throttled for momentary operation. The PID control is set using your desired brew temperature, and that's perhaps easier compared to other machines which use the actual temperature in the boiler, which always runs hotter in a heat exchange machine. And then you'd use a reference chart to look up what that in-boiler temp needs to be in order to produce a desired brew temp. On the Aria, just set your desired brew temp. When pulling a shot, the PID becomes a shot timer. A dual gauge monitors steam boiler pressure up top and brew pressure below. A commercial style wire rack covers the drip tray. Now, I like those as they don't show scratches or pool liquid on the surface like flat profile tray covers. The drip tray has a fitting to connect to a supply drain line. You can keep that capped if desired. If you use a drain line, the fitting swivels for easy installation. The sides of the machine have an attractive cutout design. On the rear, a retro interpretation of the classic Viscione Snake Eating Man logo in three-dimensional textured design. If you're in or visit Milan, you'll see the logo on the walls of the castle there, like I did when I visited Bezzera's production facility in Milan a few years back. Underneath the rear of the machine is the connection for the plumb line, a mechanical valve for selecting plumbed or reservoir operation, and access to the rotary pump's bypass adjustment for setting brew pressure. Under a removable cover are access to the boiler heating element and the boiler drain. Although that's becoming a little more common, boiler drains are useful yet rare on even more expensive heat exchange machines. In the box with the Aria, a double spout portafilter, bottomless portafilter, 10 and 20 gram filter baskets, back flush disc, Bezzera logo tamper and drawstring bag, flow control installation kit, water level sensor cover, if plumbing the machine, group cleaning brush, coffee scoop, braided stainless steel line for plumb-in connection, drain hose, and user manual. Notable extras here include that bottomless portafilter, a real usable tamper, as I like to say, and a 20 gram filter basket that's a little larger than what you get with most machines. All right, I've got our Espresso machine tech manager, Brian, with us. We're gonna take a quick look at the internals. Love popping the hood on these things. Brian, let's take a look. We already took the hood off. What's going on here? What do we like about this?
All right, well, first I'll point out one of the biggest things that you may notice is a different styled boiler. You got this big component right on the top here. That's actually your heat exchanger. So the reason that it's sticking up the top there is it's actually being heated more passively by the steam in the boiler than by the water, which makes for better thermal stability.
More consistency probably in there.
Exactly, yep.
Rotary pump, right? This is a different rotary pump than we usually see, right?
Not a lot, but there are machines out there with these smaller style rotary pumps. The thing I love about these things is that obviously it's still a rotary pump. Good duty cycle, and it's a smaller package, so you can fit it into a smaller style machine that's more counter friendly.
Of course, we have the full stainless steel frame. Gotta love that. Never gonna have any corrosion. Up top here, now we have the vacuum relief here.
Yep.
All routed out to the drip tray along with the OPV, which is a safety in this case. Your brew pressure would be set down on the pump, right?
Exactly, yep. The brew pressure is changed down on the bottom right there. It's easily accessible. Another thing that you'll notice is all of the electronics over here are nicely housed in this really well protected area here. So everything's really well shielded from any incidental drippage from either on top of the machine or potential leaks inside the system. So it was really well thought out the way this is all designed, protected.
Yeah, we don't like seeing the electronics like underneath water reservoirs, which would be sitting right here. Mention real quick, there's that capacitive sensor for the water reservoir that if you're plumbing the machine has a little cover that goes over it. Also just the wiring, right? It's done up pretty nice.
Yeah, everything's really easy to access if you ever need to do any kind of testing on the machine or if you need to replace a component. Everything's really held in by just a couple screws, easy to pull out, disconnect, and replace items.
And I like seeing the high quality fasteners in here, right? No plastic anchors or anything like that.
Exactly, yeah.
All really well done. All right, well, Brian, look, thanks so much for taking us for a quick tour. You know, we'll have a lot more on this, of course, in other videos down the road where you get a lot deeper into what's going on here.
Absolutely.
All right, Brian, thanks. Flow control gives you capabilities to fine-tune your espresso's flavor that was previously only available on much more expensive machines from names like Dalla Corte, La Marzocco, and Slayer. With flow control installed, you can always run the machine at its stock flow rate. For that, just open the valve a little more than 1 1/4 turns from the closed no-flow position. So you can see in the graph there's a very linear progression of flow rate as you open the valve. Although the majority of flow profiles take place under the stock flow rate, due to the rotary pump, which can move a lot of water, and it does it quietly, higher than stock flow rates are available for special situations. When desired, you turn the control to adjust the flow rate of brew water or change the pressure on the coffee by turning and monitoring the changes on the group pressure gauge. Now, if you're new to flow and the possibilities, I've linked a video up here and down in the description with 2 very simple flow profiles anyone can use to seriously improve flavor. Again, you can still use the machine at its stock flow rate with flow control installed, but check out the simple profiles in the video. One details use of a long, low flow pre-infusion on fresh from roast specialty coffees to control acidity and brightness. The second reduces bitterness from darker roasts or coffees that's beyond peak freshness for clearer flavors. Beyond profiles, you can use flow to save extractions. Let's say your grind's a little too coarse and your shot is running too fast. Just decrease the flow rate to compensate and slow down the shot. On the Bezzera Flow Control, you have the complete range of flow rates always available. And with about 1 3/4 rotations from no flow to the max flow rate of 16.5 grams per second, control is very precise. On other manufacturers' machines, you may be limited to a smaller range of flow rates or have less precision in rate adjustment. To test milk frothing performance, I set the brew temp on the PID to 203 degrees Fahrenheit, equal to 95 Celsius. That temperature gets you right around 1.4 bar of pressure in the boiler. I performed our standard test, timing how long it takes to heat 5 ounces of fridge temp milk to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 60 degrees Celsius. The 2-hole steam tip produces a vigorous roll in the pitcher, and it was a very fast 14 seconds to reach a little over 140. Following steaming, the boiler recovered to 1.4 bar starting pressure in less than 20 seconds, making back-to-back drinks no problem on the Aria. The machine fully recovers by the time you've prepped your next drink. So the hits and misses for the Aria. Let's start with a very short list of misses. While finishing quality is excellent, it's not quite to the level of machines from ECM. Look into the Aria's drip tray, for example, and you may see some visible spot welds. On the other hand, the internal frame of the machine is stainless steel, so no worries ever about corrosion. As a compact machine, the drip tray is smaller, and if you're using a scale, it may need to hang off the front a bit to avoid exhaust from the E61. So where's the machine hit? Well, compare the price. No other rotary pump, PID plumbable E61 group flow control machine comes close to the value of the Aria. Heck, it starts at not much more than a popular compact vibration pump machine that's non-plumbable, doesn't have the PID or shot timer or the dual gauges or the lever operated valves or the flow control. As I mentioned up front, you'd think there'd be some compromises to get to the very attractive price point of the Aria, but really there just aren't. From the internals built on a stainless frame and moisture sources routed to the drip tray, high quality components with excellent layout, a boiler drain, accessible brew pressure adjustment, and the extras just keep coming with the included bottomless portafilter, larger 20-gram filter basket, a real tamper, and a very cool retro logo design and more. Bottom line, the Aria is a tremendous value. It brings together a long list of very desirable features and extras in a quiet, compact, and capable machine. Quite frankly, other manufacturers are gonna have to up their game to compete at this price with the Bezzera Aria. Now, if you have any questions about this machine or anything coffee, use those comments and I'd be happy to get you a detailed answer. And if you love coffee and espresso as much as I do, be sure and subscribe to the channel. I'm Mark, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you back here soon for more of the best on everything coffee, brought to you by Whole Latte Love.